Hi, I'm going to share with you another tip for self-calming in stressful times. This one is also good anytime. You don't have to be stressed to practice this one. I'm calling it embodied gratitude. Gratitude is one of those things that we experience when our higher brain functioning is engaged. So when we're really, really stressed, it's really hard to feel gratitude or to experience being grateful. So when we're stuck in our default mode, which is often in the negative mode, it's also called the survival mode, also the fight, flight, or freeze mode. Whenever we're in that part of our nervous system is engaged, different area of our brain is also more engaged. And it's those areas that are really wonderful for helping us in a survival situation. But when we're in that mode, it's also really hard to feel things like compassion and gratitude. So, this practice is a way to shift our brain, our body, our nervous system so that we can really engage gratitude. There are many, many ways to do this. I like to think of gratitude as an action rather than just a feeling. So, let's do it. First, I always like to start noticing first how I'm feeling right now. And then also as we go through the practice, notice how you feel, and also at the end, noticing how you feel. That way you get more of a sense of which of these kinds of practices really work for you. So to start, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to tune in and just notice how I'm feeling right now. Okay. So now I invite you to think of something that's going well right now in your life, something that just recently happened, something that is, authentically something that you're appreciating. And then see if you can get a word or just a sentence or maybe just an image. Maybe it's a person, or you can, identify something that's happening right now in your life that you just feel is going well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it as we go through. I already pre-selected this, and it is my space, this space that I've created turned from a garage into a movement space, a movement studio for dance, for meditation. And I do a lot of my work here, including being able to record these little videos. And so I'm going to use that as my point of focus. So now that I've got my topic, and it's pretty easy for me to imagine it, it's pretty easy for me to label it, my wonderful studio, I'm going to put my hand on my heart. So the idea of embodying is to really be in the body, feel what's going on in the body, and then breathe into it. Just start breathing more deeply and notice how your breathing feels. And then keep attention on that point of focus, this thing that I'm grateful for, my studio. So I'm going to take a few moments and really tune into that. Some nice big deep breaths. I'm just holding this lightly, just feeling my body, feeling my heart area, remembering my studio space that I love, that's been so useful to me in my life. And now the next step is to just linger there and savor. So remembering that slowing down, breathing into our experience, really savoring, this little moment of gratitude and feeling this appreciation that really anchors it into our nervous system and also helps with that relaxation mode. So I'm going to take a little bit more time with that. So as with any of these practices, you can do them for as long or as short as you like. You can repeat them. So remembering that it is repetition that really allows us to get these experiences of calm more anchored into our nervous system. And then when we actually are really stressed, it can be a lot easier to tap back into this. This is like building resources in our nervous system, in our minds, our bodies. And one last note I'd like to add is that sometimes when you're doing a practice like this, there can be unexpected feelings that come up. There can be sadness, there can be resistance, there can be, well, you name it. There can be all kinds of things that come up. So I just like to acknowledge that when it happens and see if I can allow myself to include that in the experience. The way I like to see it is that I'm just going to let everything that comes up be a part of being a vulnerable, tender human with a heart, and allowing it all. Okay, so I hope that's helpful to you. See you another time.